Did you know over 60% of first-time clients do not return for a second visit? That is so painful, but it doesn't have to be that way. That's where Maya comes in. Maya is the ultimate marketing software for the beauty and wellness industry. We have a proprietary funnel utilizing special algorithms to help connect the right consumers with the right providers at your business. This means that Maya helps you get higher spending clients you love to work with who stay the long haul. If you want to increase your revenue, increase your client count, increase your average ticket, and increase your new client retention, then you need Maya. Go to joinmaya.com to set up your own personal virtual tour and see why over 500,000 consumers have trusted Maya and the businesses we work with to find their perfect beauty and wellness pro. We promise you will love Maya.
Thank you for joining me. This is Kati Whitledge with the Beyond the Technique podcast. You guys, your pain is your purpose. Have you ever heard people say your mess is your message? Your pain is your purpose. Every stylist, every owner, every leader in our industry carries a story, something that broke you, something that's shaped you or nearly took you out. What if the pain wasn't the end of the story, but the beginning of your purpose? Today, we're going to talk about turning a hardship that you go through, that you experience, maybe that you put yourself in, turning that into the fuel for your mastery, your leadership, and your impact. So, first off, pain isn't a punishment, it's preparation. It's preparing you. What if what you've been through may not be something you caused? It may not be your fault, but the breakthrough for you is saying, it's my responsibility though. Like, it wasn't my fault that my grandparents fed me tons of sugar and I became very obese at a very young age. I didn't know better. I'm a little kid. If you offer me candy or ice cream, I'm going to say yes. I don't have the cognitive or maturity and awareness to say, like, oh, that's not a really healthy choice for me. I'm going to say no to that. It may not have been my fault how I became addicted to sugar, but eventually it had to become my responsibility to figure it out, because I was and struggled with obesity my entire, like the majority of my life. No longer, but it was the thing, you guys, that I would pray as a child and cry out to God over and over every night. I'll do anything. Please make me skinny. You know, me as a little kid. Now I'm like, make me strong. Yeah. But I used to say, I'll do anything, please make me skinny. Anything, over and over, every night. For years. For years. It's interesting how little kids at such a young age know, from the earliest age, they have these beliefs, or that what they think they know is true about themselves. And it can really prohibit their true identity, who they were meant to be, their purpose, their growth, all of it. We all have that. We all have something we've gone through that may not have been our fault, but now it's our responsibility to take full accountability and ownership for our lives and say, okay, but now what am I going to do? Who do I want to become? How do I want my life to be? And how can I take this pain and turn it into my purpose? Pain is data. It tells us something. It offers us direction. It offers us destiny. What are you destined for? Let's talk about identity. The ability to rewrite your story. It can happen at any time. You really can have a complete identity shift if you want. It's possible. When pain hits you, your nervous system goes into complete threat mode. So imagine you have a walk out of your salon. That is one of the most painful things you can go through. Anytime a team member leaves, it feels literally like a separation, a divorce, a breakup, doesn't it? I know we're all told that we should be like happy for them or like, go ahead, you do your thing. Like it's going to happen. It's going to happen. It doesn't make it feel less painful, less emotional. We can recognize how logically we're supposed to handle that, but your nervous system still goes through something when those things happen. So you may be telling yourself something that's very disempowering, like, I'm not good enough. I'm maybe not meant for this. Why did I do this? What have I been thinking? This industry is maybe not for me. Like, do we all go through that? Yes. But what if you rewrite that and think about this isn't the end? It's exposing a shift that we need to make, whether it's in our leadership, our systems. Where do I need to be strengthened, improve? How do I help our team improve, our company, our business model? If you're going through a slow season or a slump, a season of drought, this isn't failure. This is a nudge. This pain is a nudge towards marketing innovation, how to elevate your skills. What's the new opportunity in this pain right now that is going to take you into a more powerful story? What is the story you've been telling yourself about this pain? And what is a more powerful story that you could choose to start telling yourself instead? Because you want to use the pain to build your skills and your strengths. So, oftentimes, pain can reveal gaps in your skills. So, when something hurts, it could be that something's missing. Let's say you see your client retention is terrible. Well, that's painful. It's painful to say we work so hard to get clients in the door and then they don't come back again. But that pain point could be pointing you to how can we strengthen our consultations? Is there communication gaps? Are we even communicating? Are we asking people why they're leaving and finding out? Are we getting feedback? There's so many opportunities to figure out. Let's say you're struggling with cash flow in your business. That is painful, very painful. How can you look at your pricing model? How can you increase your financial literacy to understand things better? Who can help you improve? There's people all around. There's resources all around. There's education everywhere. What if you're going through team drama? There is drama within the team, and that is so painful. You don't want that as a leader. I picture our salon as kind of a team, like as if we're like a cheerleading squad or a basketball team. Like I just have always been a part of teams growing up, and I love it. I felt like it was a sisterhood. It's like fun that that person on your team might be quirky and or piss you off sometimes, or if they go to, up to bat, you're like, oh Lord, here we go. This is going to be a thing. But you got their back all day, every day. They're on your team. You cheer them on. They're your people. You don't reject them. You don't leave them. Like that is the kind of team I want and I want to be a part of. What if you don't have that right now? What is missing in leadership? Your leadership, your leaders' leadership. There is a gap maybe in clarity among the team. We got to figure it out. This is your opportunity. This pain is your opportunity to build your strength and new skills. Think about pain as this invoice you've been sent, and it's money owed on a skill you haven't built yet. So you're going to put in the time and energy and pay that invoice and eventually acquire that new skill that you're paying for. You're paying right now in pain, but it will serve a purpose. What new skill is your pain demanding of you right now? And then sharing your pain. We are meant to share pain that we experience with others and give others the opportunity to share as well. I think that's the part I personally need to do more. Giving others a chance to be heard, to be seen and share their pain and asking them how is this going to turn into new skills or a purpose? How will this play out in the purpose and passion you have for this industry. Your pain shared earns you credibility because leaders who've struggled are more trustworthy. Because I've actually heard the hard things you've had to endure to get to the other side or to get to here. Your team needs to hear the stories of your struggles, your pains, so that they can trust your direction. If you say every single person that walks through this door deserves to be treated with dignity, respect, and the utmost care and love, no matter what they look like, no matter what they bring to the table, whether you perceive their economic status one way or another, they deserve that love, no matter what their size, their shape, their appearance. When I struggled with obesity, there were many seasons that people would have said, "Oh, well, Katie, but you're beautiful." And there were many seasons I wasn't so beautiful. I was not cute. I didn't show up great. I mean, there were seasons of me um tapping into, we all have this where we want to escape reality. We want to like ignore our problems or drown out the pain. And for me, I sought out drugs and alcohol. So during that season, I didn't look too healthy or great. And partly because I didn't take good care of myself either. I didn't dress great. I remember going to the grocery store in like the most bogus looking marijuana pajamas, I think they were. Or maybe they were, I don't know what they were. Maybe they were, I can't even remember because I smoked too much weed back then. My memory is not great, but it was not hot. And I ran into somebody, I'll never forget. This is the part I won't forget. I ran into somebody who was so embarrassed. I didn't want him to see me like that, but here I was, super nasty, gross looking. And that, you never know the pain somebody's going through. When I got into the beauty industry, it's like I wanted people to feel differently than I had felt the majority of my life. I wanted to be the hype girl for other people. I wish I had more hype people in my life back then when I was going through those hard times to say, Katie, you're better than this. Look at your talent. Look at you. Like, I'm going to check in with you every day because you know what? This is not you. And I know it's not you. Nobody was like that. People just ignore me or like, ugh, or talk behind my back, And it's like, you could be the difference in somebody's life. And in fact, the things you might be embarrassed about are actually the things that might set someone else free. Does that get anybody else emotional? That the thing you might be embarrassed to tell others about might be the thing they have been longing to hear that might set them free. And that message, you are the messenger. That is where your mess becomes your message. Be willing to share stories of failure, of loss, areas that that have crumbled, you've had to rebuild. Purpose emerges when your pain becomes someone else's shortcut. Let me say that again. Purpose emerges when your pain becomes someone else's shortcut. The things that you maybe learned the hard way, which is how I typically go through life. Wise people learn from other people's lives, smart people learn from their own, and then some people learn the hard way, which means sometimes you don't learn the lessons the first time or the second time. It takes hitting rock bottom. Have you ever had a rock bottom moment in your life? I've had a few. By the grace of God, I keep getting back up. Not always because I want to, but deep within me, I know there's a higher calling there. Your pain prepares you as a leader. When you change the story that you're telling yourself into something powerful, it will change your lives and also the lives of everybody around you. This new perspective that you have to have, please have this new perspective. It is going to completely change opportunities that come your way because you're going to start preparing yourself, and preparation meets opportunity. Have you ever had an opportunity that could have been yours, but you weren't prepared for it? I have. And there's a lot of regret with that. But what do? We recognize it. We take ownership of it. we choose different going forward, better. Pain has a purpose. Pain doesn't even just reveal your purpose, it has a purpose for you, and embracing it is probably the most important first step. Embrace the pain that you are in, whatever it may be, and now ask, what purpose could this serve? What opportunity, what skill, where do I need to be empowered? What story do I need to tell myself to get to the other side of this? And then share it so that it becomes somebody else's shortcut. So your pain is not the thing that disqualifies you, it's the thing that qualifies you. When you use it, when you learn from it, when you lead through pain, that's when it becomes your purpose. So let me leave you with a couple questions. What is one pain that you can turn into purpose this week or right now in your life, in this season of life? What is one pain you can turn into purpose? And who can benefit from hearing your story? How can you share it with others today, this week, in this season of your life? Friends, your pain can reveal your purpose. It is for your purpose. I hope that you feel inspired today. I love our time together on Thursdays. If you appreciate this platform, I would be so thankful if you took a moment to leave us a 5-star review wherever you're listening so that more people like yourself will discover Beyond the Technique, where we're here to change the way that you are supported in your business. Until next time, have an awesome day and stay strong.